But what could you do with $500,000?
The federal government wanted to spend that amount of money to build a staircase at the U.S. Attorney's Office. That was until the I-team got involved and started asking serious questions about your tax dollars. Investigative reporter Jamont Terry has this "You Paid For It" update.
Back in July, the U.S. Attorney invited the I-team into the federal courthouse. He showed us around. We walked the halls as preparations were underway to build this nearly $500,000 staircase. We raised questions about the cost and timing of this expensive project, a project the U.S. Attorney insisted at the time could not be stopped because the money was already spent. But weeks after the I-team's report, the general contractor tells us the project is canceled.
Now just about to begin construction.
That's U.S. Attorney Jim Santel days before construction to build the staircase was slated to start. Through open records, the I-team requested and waited months for the federal government to reveal the nearly $500,000 price tag for these stairs. When the I-team pressed about the need, the cost, and benefits, the U.S. Attorney welcomed our cameras to sit down and explain his case in July.
The principal focus is on security and safety for the staff of the U.S. Attorney's offices.
Santel insisted building the internal staircase from the 5th to 6th floor would keep staffers from entering into a public hallway with private documents, despite the fact it's been that way for decades.
This is not a situation where today Jim Santel or the U.S. Attorney's Office or the U.S. Department of Justice is spending money out of the 2013-2014 budget.
He told us this project and the money for the project was allocated from the 2010 budget, but the I-team wanted to know if this was the best use of your tax dollar. Could you halt this project and save this $500,000?
The answer is no. The answer is that the money is just as expended today as it was back then. The question is a very, very good one.
But soon after the I-team's report, we reached out to some subcontractors working on this project. One told us the staircase was officially on hold. There was a stop work order, and the general contractor, KPH Construction, wanted bids to return the space to its original state. So we contacted the U.S. Attorney's Office by email and then again by phone. We wanted to know if this project was still on. We got nothing.
It's troubling when people are so recalcitrant, so reluctant to provide simple answers to simple, innocuous questions.
We called the engineering company, no response back. Then got someone from the general contractor, KPH, to talk. They told us the project was in fact canceled. We tried to find out when and why. They wouldn't say.
How is the government spending our money? In this case, Jamont, you and the I-team went and looked, you investigated, and guess what happened? They told you that it couldn't be stopped, and lo and behold, it stopped. Gee, thanks.
So we asked the government again to explain what happened to the project we were told could not be stopped. And we waited 4 weeks and no reply. It wasn't until the I-team sent an email telling them that we were airing a story and we had a deadline. We weren't asking this time, but telling them that we found out through subcontractors this project was on hold. We requested to know why the project was halted. We figured since it's your tax dollars, you deserve the right to know the status. This time we did get a statement. No comment.
Clearly it was halted. Stopped forever? We don't know.
And for now, no one will walk on the costly staircase.
$500,000. Wow. Just because one guy with the power of TV asked the question.
And we have more questions. What changed to put a stop to this project, especially if the money was already spent? Just how much did it cost to rip up the floor, and how much would it cost to put it back the way it was? The I-team will keep pressing until we get a clear answer and a total price tag. Jamont Terry, today's TMJ4.